right. Well, guys, thanks for coming and joining us for this episode. We're doing this cool theme with the executive fight night, and week over week get to introduce the fighters, and we're getting close to the actual fight night. What are we, 11 days, 10 days out now?
10, yeah.
10 days, yeah. So let's start by getting to know you guys. So tell me a little bit about you, Tariq.
Okay. Name is Tariq Spates. I'm the director of football creative video over at the University of Utah. I former Division I football player, played at Eastern Michigan for 4 years, and then kind of transition into this whole creative media space, and been doing that like I said, at Utah. I've been doing stuff here with you guys. But yeah, really love the ability to be able to tell stories through a camera.
Awesome. Yeah,
Sorry.
great. And for you, Tyler?
Yep, my name is Tyler Ibarra. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I own a coffee company, Cafe Azteca. I also do media for the law offices of Roberto Hernandez here in Utah. Just moved here in December, so this was a fun opportunity for me to come just do boxing. It was an opportunity for me to do something I loved, and it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about this particular bout. It's always fun when the heavyweights get in and get to bang and throw big bombs, and the crowd definitely gets excited. You know, it's interesting to see all the different styles come together, and I know that the training is pretty intense. So far, Tyler, how's the training camp been going for you?
Yeah, training camp's good. I have two good coaches, Chantel and Tanner, very technical. I've been boxing or around boxing my whole life. This is my first time actually kind of getting into the ring and actually practicing. So they've been able to help me out and just getting all the fundamentals down and just training. It's been good.
Cool. What do you think has been the most challenging thing over this 9 weeks?
The diet for sure. Just dropping down. I've seen fighters talk about it all the time and actually experience it. It's something different.
Yeah, the discipline, right, of and then the intensity of working out and training and eating and staying on top of it. That's good. How about you, Tariq?
Obviously, this is my second time doing it, so learning from the stuff that I did well and didn't do well from the last time. But it's been fun. Like I said, when I put my name in for this, I love the process of getting ready for a fight. Obviously, getting into the ring is super fun and whatnot, but the process, the discipline that you have to show, obviously have taken on a bigger role at work. So time management has been a big thing, like making sure I get my stuff done at work and then still being able to train. The diet, like he says, it's a lot different for us big boys instead of people who only got to go down 5 or 10 pounds to get ready for a fight.
Yeah.
So that's been super cool. But I love the challenge.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad you guys brought that up. It is interesting because the executive fight night theme is unique, right? There's nobody else that I know of that does the executive fight night, and having to balance your family, your career, get your training in. You've got a lot of things throughout the day, and now you've got a real boxing match coming up. This is not a watered down, tough man version of boxing. This is real boxing, and it's sanctioned by USA Boxing. There's a real judge team, and we put on a production that I think will rival Vegas, and we want to make sure that the crowd is entertained and that you guys get the full experience of being part of boxing, from all levels. And so, balancing your lives and doing a 9-week training camp is definitely intense. A lot of fighters that do this for a living or do this as their sport, and they get to train, especially professional fighters, they get to train morning, night. Yeah, they're eating is based on their training. Like it's not distracted on, going out with your friends or family or eating dinner with your loved ones. So it is fun to see because you get a real live perspective of how hard this sport is. Yeah. What would you say, besides the diet, eating, and a balance that you have done in your routines to feel like you've been successful in this routine?
I would say the conditioning. It's something my coach Demetrius, who's also a professional fighter, the conditioning and making sure you're in shape. Like a lot of boxers, a lot of people just in general lose their competitions because they're not in shape. And so making sure that's not a thing. Like at the end of the day, boxing is a sport just like football. If someone is a better athlete than you or like the better team on that day, gonna have to tip your hat to them. But if you're not doing what you need to do to make sure you're ready to go, then that's kind of on you. So that's been a big part of my training camp, making sure that I'm doing the running, doing the sprints, doing all that stuff to make sure I'm ready to go.
Good.
May
Yeah.
17th.
That's a fact. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think conditioning is 100%. He's on point. Just from the beginning of camp to now, I think of my I can go longer in the rounds. I can keep my punch volume up. Kind of do what I want to do, and so for me, that's key as well as conditioning. But for me also is watching film. I mean, I played football as well, and just watching myself and how I started from the beginning to now, my movements, keeping my my guard up, and then me just watching boxing my whole life, kind of understanding the ring generalship of boxing, why they do this, I think has really helped me just watching film of myself and then some of the fighters that that I enjoy watching.
Yeah, no, those are all great points. I mean, both of you being athletes and understanding the different levels and knowing what it takes to be ready and then being ready and then making sure that day that you're mentally prepared for the fight. I think a lot of things that are eye-opening for first-time fighters especially is the adrenaline control, right? Like you have a minute and a half to convince these judges that you've won this fight. And even though for certain I know you guys are going to be ready and that your conditioning and everything that you've done to be conditioned is going to be at the peak and at the best level, what people are surprised about is the adrenaline control, right? That spike and that adrenaline, and by the third round, managing that's sometimes an eye opener. Did you experience that in your first fight?
Yeah, I think like I kind of talked about like the conditioning and everything I did up until that point. Obviously, it is a huge adrenaline dump. I kind of equate it to like going and running on kickoff the first play of the game for football. And you almost need like Mike Tyson has the line, everyone has a game plan until you get punched in the face. So you almost need like that first round or that first couple seconds in that round to kind of get settled in. But yeah, it is like he's talking about ring generalship of like being able to control yourself and like you have 3 rounds to do what you need to do. And so not just feeling like you have to go all out right away. So
yeah, the tempo, right?
Correct.
Creating
Yes.
the
That's
controlling the
best
tempo.
word.
Yeah, that is sometimes surprising that we see this a lot, and I think our coaches have learned to coach people to not let that happen, right? Because you see this often in amateur boxing specifically is it's like that kickoff, right? You just explode and now you're depleted. It's not like you get that back. That minute of rest goes by like that and your tank is empty and now you got to go out there and give it all you got, and it doesn't matter how much talent you have and how much technique you've developed. If you've depleted all of your energy in that first round of adrenaline, sometimes people lose their fight even though they were the better fighter. They weren't able to maintain that adrenaline control.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is interesting to see, and I think you guys luckily have coaches that understand it. And so as you're training and they're throwing fresh fighters at you while you're tired and round after round, you want to stop and take a break and get some water, and nope, you've got another round, and they're throwing them back at you. So now that you've kind of getting close to fight night, signing up for this, would you still have done this knowing all that you know now?
100%, yeah.
And the experience, how would you say you would rate your experience has been so far?
I think a 10 out of 10. I've enjoyed it. I know some areas I probably could have done a little better, but it just comes with doing it for the first time. But I would do it 100% again.
Good. So if you're sitting at home and watching this and listening to these guys and you're thinking about, do I do this next year? Is this something I would do? What kind of advice would you give them when they're contemplating this?
Just don't think about it. Just do it.
Good. What about you?
Yeah, kind of like you said, take that leap. Obviously, this is my second time because I enjoyed it so much the first time. Wanted to do it again, but it's like you talk about it. It's something that most people don't ever get a chance to do. Obviously, I've been blessed with the opportunity to play Division I football, which a lot of people don't get to do. But this kind of compares to that opportunity to do something, be in front of a stage of people, compete in athletic competition. A lot of people don't get that opportunity. So yeah, awesome that I get to do it again.
Good, yeah, and it's interesting that the guy that you fought last time, he was really eager to want to fight you again, and I don't blame him. You know, like he, in my opinion, he's a great guy, and I'm not talking shit at all. I think he experienced that adrenaline dump that we're talking about, and then he was done. You know, like
It's like a high you just want to chase it over and over again.
Yep.
Yeah,
And he, he wanted a chance at redemption, and so maybe someday he'll be able to fight again. But I think this is such a good matchup. I'm really looking forward to it because of your backgrounds and both of you being athletes and passion for the sport. And I think you guys are going to definitely show up ready to go. And what do you think the relationship with the coach and how that forms and the tribe of people that are around you? How would you describe that?
Yeah, like I just moved here in December, so I had no knowledge of Legends or anything. But just in the short time that I've been here, to me it's more so than just a gym. Like I've made friends here at the gym. Just everything we promote as a gym. Many gyms, but it's just one family. Tanner's always checking in on me. Chantel is like, hey, whatever I can do for you, let me know. Outside boxing and stuff like that. So for me, that was really special to me, just because it's not. It is sport, but at the same time, it's also like a family. At the end of the day. We're fighting, and but after this, we might be good friends. Like seems like we have the same interests. So it's just sport. Yeah. It's just a sportsmanship. So after the fight, it might be different. But for me, that was the real eye opener, because I've been to a lot of gyms where it's just competition, and you're just like a piece of meat. Here, it really does feel like a tribe.
Good to hear. Like I really do like Tanner and Chantel. I was watching Chantel spar the other day. I think you guys were down and training in Lehigh with some of their fighters to get some new looks, and I watched her land a really good up jab that I was like, whoa.
She's an inside
player. Good for you. Like, she's come a long way. It's nice to see her journey and be able to, she did really well in her first fight. Now she's able to coach and kind of give new perspective. And Tanner, he and I had a conversation the other day, and you can just tell that he cares a ton about the success of his fighters and the members of the gym, and that part is kind of what I like to have people experience, is not just the glory, but the grit and the grind, right? Like going into the gym and the grind and that bond you develop with your coach and that relationship you develop with the members of the gym, and it becomes an extension of your family, and it becomes an extension of who you are. And these people, they bleed with you, right? Like they are putting their time and effort into helping you be the best version of you. And I love that part of the training camp. Even though right now it's tough, it's hard, but you'll look back at this and reflect on this, and I have a feeling that's going to be a part that stands out pretty big. Yeah. How are things going with your new tribe and the new gym? I know you've had to train at a couple locations.
Yeah, obviously I've bounced around a couple gyms, but like even the gyms that I've visited outside of the state of Utah, that tribe has like been there. Like those gyms welcome you with open arms and everything, and so that's been really cool. I mean, my coach Demetrius, that's my guy, that's my brother. He's going to be in my life for the rest of my life, and we wouldn't have met each other if it wasn't for Legends. So
nice.
That's a really awesome thing. And then with this fight, being able to be around so many other people who are fighting or who have fought, I think on our sparring nights at Jordan Landing, like tonight, we'll probably have like 5 or 6 people who are going to be fighting in this fight night. So just being able to like go through it with them, like you're saying, bleeding with them, going through the tough times, going through the good times, seeing the improvement out of all of those people, it's just been really awesome to be a part of. And just Legends in general, there's coaches that I've met from Legends, there's friends that I've met from Legends, I've made business relationships with other people, so this place is awesome.
Good, man. I'm really happy to hear that. Like I started this company geez, 18 years ago, I think. Now I have to go back and actually fact check when it all started. But we, it was always just a passion for boxing. I loved competing. I loved fighting. I, stayed amateur. I never really took the time and the energy and the sacrifice it takes to go pro. And with Demetrius being a professional fighter and knowing what it takes and the skill and the mind of a professional athlete, it's nice. And that is a cool thing to have. And I've seen Fina raise as a coach, and she has elevated her coaching ability and her confidence, and she's been a huge asset to Legends. And just like when you care about something, it's very real. It's not just a paycheck for these guys. They care about how the outcome of people's experiences are, and you guys are in classes with members and people that will never step in the ring. They don't have any desire to step in the ring, but they're learning the techniques and skills that a lot of gyms wouldn't even give them the time of the day, right? And I wanted to create this company because of that. Like there's the skill and the gifts and the things that boxing has done for me my entire life, that it's translated to other things in my life. That's really what Legends is about, is being able to give opportunities to those that wouldn't be able to have it otherwise. Like, unless we're actually dealing with a situation now where, one of the coaches that is not part of Legends that prioritized something else over their fighter and kind of leaving him high and dry before the fight. And we're having to have a coach pick up and step in, and that coach is ready to step in and help him. It doesn't matter that he hasn't been training with him. It's going to step in and fill in that role. And, that's the difference, is that, you're not fighting in a major event now, or a major in their mind, right? And now you're not a priority to me. And that's disheartening, because, that this opportunity is such a unique one that the coaches should definitely always be prioritizing people and making sure that they feel like they belong and that they're getting the experience that they signed up for.
Yeah. To go on about the coaches, like all of the coaches, both teams, blue, red, like the sacrificing their time, their energy, their effort to answer some of the questions, because I know you probably have asked your coach some questions at random times of the night because you care about this. So yeah, just all the coaches that have helped both sides, really appreciate you guys. You spoke about Fina. Fina is like a Energizer bunny and like can always get me smiling no matter when I have had a tough day of sparring or any stuff like that. But yeah, shout out all the coaches here at Legends.
Yeah, I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I just got back from Saudi. I was around the Canelo team and all the fighters around this past weekend. Just speaking to our coaches, the way they train Canelo, like professional fighters, is no different than the way they train us. They ask their trainers questions. I asked Tanner, Chantel questions, and they're able to, this is how you do it. Try this way. If he comes with this, do that. And so I was able to simultaneously kind of see both at the same time. And there's nothing that they can't do that they haven't done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's fun to see that the training that we're getting at Legends is really top notch in quality.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. It warms my heart, right, to see this happen. I mean, this is our 9th year of doing this particular type of fight, and the executive fight really does open doors and opportunities that wouldn't be there before. And that experience is something that you'll take with you for the rest of your life, that you'll be able to tell your grandkids about someday, maybe. But what you're also doing indirectly is empowering other people around you, that they may know you, they may not know you, but they're watching you and they're seeing you in class, and now you're going to go and perform, and they kind of feel like they've been part of your journey in a way, right? Even if they just took a class with you, or they did a workout with you, or sparred with you, or whatever, that becomes this extension, and you're kind of giving them that gift of, hey, I'm putting myself on stage and it's me versus him when it comes fight night, and all those people can kind of feel that, hey, I helped get that guy ready, or I got punched by that guy, or whatever. Like you guys, you guys really do provide that, and it's really exciting for me to watch it all kind of come together. And this year, I'm particularly excited about the production that we're putting on, and that every year it's hard because I try to beat the year before, right? And we try to make sure that, all right, what can we do next year to make it that much better, right? You know, when we got Evander Holyfield to come to our show, it was hard to top that, you know. So, but I think each year we've elevated the game, and this year we're elevating it to another level that I'll be able to show everybody, hopefully before the fight night, but definitely at fight night. We have an app. I say app, but you actually don't have to download anything, where people can go online and on their phones, whether they're watching it on the live stream. So your fans from Texas can tune in and watch this, and the people live at the arena can go on and they can vote for who they think is going to win. They can vote who they think the fight of the night is. There'll be some trivia questions in there about legends, so make sure you guys are Googling and researching. And they can win prizes, and it'll create a leaderboard for the fans to see who guessed right and who got the right answer. And then they can order a drink right from their chair and have it delivered to them, or they can order their meal from 1% Fitness right there from the app and have it delivered right to them. They don't ever have to leave their seat. They can interact at a whole nother level that we've never done before. And part of my thinking was, how do I make this fan experience so much better? So, I mean, imagine, as football players, imagine being in the arena or the Coliseum and being able to have a hot dog brought right to your chair, you know, no matter what price you paid for your seat. That's what I'm trying to accomplish with this app. And I think it's going to take the fan experience to a whole nother level and really change the game. And that's the next evolution of this. And so your event, the 9th year, is the first year we're getting to introduce this technology, and now you'll be able to have fan engagement where they take a picture or a video of you, and now it can be sent right through that app, and you get it right there, and show all the love and praise from what is going to be very well deserved. So we're really excited about it. Yeah. And I'll be able to have a link in this podcast episode for people to check it out, but it's definitely going to be another level. So with all this, and you're thinking about your camp, and you're thinking about the execution and how you're going to win, or how you're going to win, and getting that belt, you know, what do you think, if there's one thing that you have learned in this camp that is probably the most priceless thing that you've learned? If you can sum it up into one.
I would just say, like, persistence. You got to be persistent about everything you're doing. And it's not just what you're doing inside the ring. It's what you're doing outside the ring. It's what you're doing with what food you're putting on your plate, how many hours of sleep you're getting, and stuff like that. So just being persistent about everything.
I like that.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. I mean, the fight experience, the fighter experience is a lot different from, I think, any other sport that I've played. Just because everything, you have to train, you have to watch film, eat, and it's more so the diet. So I think just staying on top of all that, and just being able to make sure everything's fine-tuned for fight night.
Yeah, my coach used to tell me that, because diet was always hard for me too, because I love sugar and I love candy and
love food.
Food, yeah. And it was always, so something clicked for me is he told me, he's like, look, you're not eating for taste anymore. You're eating for a purpose, right? And it doesn't matter, like, you just, whatever food's in front of you, it's been planned out and thought out, and that's what you eat, and there's a purpose behind it. And that, for whatever reason, clicked with me, is that I'm eating for a purpose, and that I don't care what it tastes like, I don't care what's in it, I don't care any of that. You know, you do that, and that made it easier, because now I go, okay, every intake is meant towards my outcome, and I'm so competitive that I would do anything to win, you know. And that means, if it means I have to eat perfectly, then I eat perfectly, and having that in the back of my mind was definitely helpful from man, I really want ice cream right now. And then, nope, that's not part of the purpose and the intent. The other nugget that I took away was, I don't know why this one clicked because it seems so simple, but I had a doctor tell me that when you're thinking about food, you're basically thinking about it cells, right? So you're putting good cells in your body, good things happen. You put bad cells in your body, bad things happen. Mm-hmm. And so when you break it down, that's what food is it's a bunch of cells. And so your body takes those cells and it does stuff with it. So if you want good things to happen to your body, you put good cells in it. Mm-hmm. You want bad things to happen, you put bad cells in it. And so whenever I'm making a decision on eating, I started thinking about the food being cells, and that for me, maybe I'm a nerd, but that was the thing that
enjoyed
that clicked.
Biology class.
Yeah, I and the irony is like I'm the worst student in the world, but that clicked. I don't know why that particular thing did. So good. Well, I want to make sure. Is there any other things you want to cover or talk about that are passionate or important to you that your fans should know about for this fight night?
Yeah.
What should they expect?
Just shout out to my support group, my people at Utah who have helped me train. I'm sure you've seen the workouts on my story. But yeah, just my support group near and wide. Got family in California who have been rooting me on and all that stuff. So I appreciate you guys. And yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to put on a show. Regardless of the result, got a lot of respect from him because it takes a lot to step in this ring, period. And a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people have the opportunity to do it and still don't do it. So a lot of respect for him, and it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people that even do get the opportunity, the excuses start to pile up and the fear starts to pile up, and then the justification becomes whatever they can live with, and that's fine for them. So the true warriors are the people that take this type of risk, realizing that the outcome is not guaranteed and that the work that you're putting in does not guarantee the result that you may want, but you're willing to do it anyway, knowing that the risk is high.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you think your fans are going to expect to see on fight night?
Yeah, it's going to be a good show. I'm going to give it my all. Shout out to everyone in Texas and my family in Mexico that's cheering me on, everyone that's helped me out through these past few months. I'm going to give it my all, and I love Mexican-style boxing, so it's Mexican style, hopefully. A lot of volume.
Great. I'm expecting some inside pocket fighting, a lot of bombs being thrown. So it's going to be, I can promise everyone who's listening, having watched your guys' videos and seen you guys spar and train, and I can tell you that this bout specifically is going to be one you won't want to miss. So I want to thank you guys for coming today, and we're going to get this posted really quickly, and so let your fans know that this will be online. There'll be links in our description and in the bio and all that other stuff that I don't know how it all works, but
that's what we got Richie for.
Richie will figure it out. Richie's killing it on the videos, so make sure you guys check out all the channels and see what's coming. But the live stream link will be up soon, so from your friends and family outside of this area, they'll be able to cheer along with you. And that cool app that I keep bragging about, that one, they can interact as if they're right there. We won't be able to get them a cheeseburger, but we can definitely mail them a t-shirt right from the app. So yeah, thanks guys. And if you like this episode, please hit that subscribe button and we'll keep sending you good content. So thanks again. Have a good day, guys.
Yes, sir.